Motse wa Rakgolo Village Reconstruction Projects for Ancestor Family Educate on Tradition and Idiom Expression Motivation programs to keep and to maintain forever and ever. Registration number is 2020 800 54607. Motse wa Rakgolo Ancestor Family Origin and Tradition Land Programs aim is to keep and to maintain ancestor family roots and ancestor family tree, ancestor family tradition practice, ancestor family customs and culture practice, ancestor family grandfather tradition name, say name, and include Rutang, Bana, Ditaola, letsona, Badimong. Badimong ke motse wa Rakgolo, Thokgola site. Our origin, our pride and heritage. Our one ancestor family grandfather tradition village and business for all business establishments. To work at and to learn the following ancestor family traditions programs. Project number 112 on Motse wa Rakgolo Village Reconstruction Projects Business Talk Documentary Chapters Platforms Initiatives. Motse wa Rakgolo Thokgola site. Our origin, pride and heritage. The aim of this program is for ancestor family gathering site to communicate with Badimong and for Motse wa Rakgolo Village Reconstruction Project clients to learn on Thokgola heritage site and maintain Thokgola heritage, and to learn on ancestor family origin and originator of ancestor family Thokgola, and totem, moano, tradition name origin, and sereto origin practice initiatives, and to maintain the original grandfather tradition name say name, Motse wa Rakgolo grandfather tradition village and site, and grandfather grave gadi kgaogane tradition, and for related blood children and relatives to come together at Motse wa Rakgolo, Motse wa Badimong, Thokgola heritage site, and to talk to Badimong, late related ancestor families through past rituals, tradition and practice. Project number 113. Motse wa Rakgolo past rituals, traditions learn. The aim of this program is for ancestor family way to communicate with Badimong through Khadi, firstborn daughter and firstborn son, to lead the discussion at Thokgola heritage site. Program number 114. Motse wa Rakgolo Thielela name giving tradition learn. The aim of this program is for ancestor family to give name to newborn children following blood relationship relative name, and for original blood related ancestor families to keep and maintain ancestor family tradition name, and to give name to newborn children following ancestor family tradition Thielela name giving as per blood related newborn children following true blood related with the original ancestor family grandfather tradition name say name as per blood related children and blood related relatives. For Motse wa Rakgolo tradition village ownership, Thokgola tradition and heritage site control and business management and business continuity by blood related children or blood related relatives after making the last touch solemn declaration oath, soil to soil, business to business Moshati Connect Center by true blood related children or relatives of the late And for local tradition, Enkosi Village Khoro ya Mushat for business and tradition activities and side monitoring and control on behalf of national governments. After making approved DNA blood test approved by the court of law. Program number 115. Motse wa Rakgolo Ancestor Family Tradition Name and Moano Totem Origin. Here we learn how to display Moano and Sereto as ancestor family pride and as the initiative of ancestor family grandfather originator of tradition name and totem, Moano and Pasa and Sereto practice origin. Program number 116. Motse wa Rakgolo go lla morupa wa Badimong and Malobo practice. This is for ancestor family to communicate with Badimong and perform Malobo healing, cultural dance, and tradition performance and practice. Program number 117. Motse wa Rakgolo, the father to my father, blood relatives family. For business and tradition activities, practice control by the same blood-related father family children and father family relatives, and monitor by local Khoro ya Mushat on behalf of national government. Program number 118. Motse wa Rakgolo Thapelo, prayer. Talk to God, creator of heaven and earth. The aim of this program is for ancestor family to talk to God directly through prayer only, and for the purpose of differentiating to Pasa rituals communications with Badimong ancestors, and to pray God, the creator of heaven and earth, through Thapelo prayer practice. And for both ancestor families and Christian families clients to achieve their objectives and Motse wa Rakgolo Village Reconstruction Project company objectives, they are expected to take Thapelo prayer to God Almighty and the creator of heaven and earth, and stop contradicting praying God Almighty and traditionally communicating with Badimong. For the sake of business stability and employment for all, and for all of us as society and communities to achieve our individual objectives, we need to take Thapelo prayer to God Almighty, and for God to help us in the processes to stabilize the business environment and to welcome all of us in heaven when we all depart from earth to heaven through death. And because God is the source of life and death, and the only one who gave us names and life, and he is the only one who will call us by our original Thokgola name and name-giving tradition names, when all of us were still in the womb of our married mothers. And God is the only one who will decide when to take life through death, like as he did so when he gave us life through birth. Program number 119. Motse wa Rakgolo, leina le lebitla la Rakgolo ga di kgaogane tradition. The aim of this program is to keep and to maintain ancestor family traditions and burial order practice, for the purpose of grave burial line order and maintaining tradition name and Motse wa Rakgolo tradition village by ancestor family and blood related children and relatives, and to keep and maintain Motse wa Rakgolo ga di kgaogane tradition and burial line order. Leina la Rakgolo, Motse wa Rakgolo le lebitla la Rakgolo ga di kgaogane, and for ancestor family blood related relatives to maintain their ancestor family tradition burial sites and graves, and to install burial sites, registered numbers, and grave numbers orderly installed so as to avoid misfortune happening in the family by not allowing foreign corp to be buried on non-related and foreign ancestor family burial sites, but to keep and maintain leina la Rakgolo, Motse wa Rakgolo, le lebitla la Rakgolo ga di kgaogane tradition. Project number 120, Motse wa Rakgolo burial site fence and grave numbers installed. Here we learn to maintain burial sites fence and to install grave numbers. For ancestor families to maintain burial sites and graves through cleaning, fencing, and grave numbers installing. For record keeping by local municipalities, and for the court of law to have legal evidence beyond a reasonable doubt to confirm related DNA blood test. Project number 121 of Motse wa Rakgolo Village Reconstruct Projects reads as follows. Motse wa Rakgolo Badimong. Ke Motse wa Rakgolo, not Magolo. Late ancestor family home in heaven for true blood related with father and grandfather ancestor family, and for ancestor families to trace and reconstruct blood related relatives, child and relatives with their true blood related ancestor family. Let me read it again. Project number 121. Motse wa Rakgolo Badimong. Ke Motse wa Rakgolo and not Magolo. Late ancestor family home in heaven for true blood related with father and grandfather ancestor family, and for ancestor families to trace and reconstruct blood related children and relatives with their true blood related ancestor family. Program number 122. Motse wa Rakgolo, our origin, ancestor family roots, and 3. The aim of this program is to learn on the originator of ancestor family and family roots. Tradition family name, Moano, totem, and Sereto poem. To annually renew and reconstruct ancestor family tree by adding newborn children onto the list of blood-related ancestor family tree structure and families. Program number 123. Here we learn on Motse wa Rakgolo business and tradition continuity maintaining. The aim of this is for solemn declaration and oath on business and tradition ownership and continuity monitoring confirmation. For business and tradition ownership and business continuity declaration oath by blood-related children and relatives, ancestor families, to legally, through registered government organ or departments, register Motse wa Rakgolo business ownership, tradition village ownership, business activities ownership, tradition activities ownership, and business and tradition continuity monitoring and control through registered local tradition in Nkosi village Khoro ya Moshate. After making DNA blood test approved by the court of law, and these procedures must continue even after the original owner has passed on and confirmed by true blood-related children and relatives, last touch, solemn declaration oath, soil to soil. business to business monitor, Moshate Center, Kgoro ya Moshate. And again, confirmed by local tradition in Nkosi Village, Kgoro ya Moshate, on behalf of national government. Program number 124, Motse wa Rakgolo individual Sereto. Poem, Learn. The aim of this is for each individual to learn own Sereto and invest in their own individual Sereto, stroke poem. Program number 125, Motse wa Rakgolo, my mother, ancestor, family, relatives, Sereto, learn. To learn mother, grandfather, family, relatives, Sereto. For children to learn and to know and practice their mother, ancestor, family, relatives, Sereto. Program number 126, Motse wa Rakgolo, my father, ancestor, family, relatives, Sereto, learn. The aim of this program is to learn father, grandfather, family, relatives, Sereto. And for children to learn to know and practice their father, ancestor, family, relatives, Sereto. And poem. Program number 127, Motse wa Rakgolo, child blood related father, relatives, family. The aim is to confirm Badimong as late grandfather, not grandmother control family, and the initiative, invention research on ancestor family, tradition village, Motse wa Badimong. Motse wa Rakgolo as the originator of Motse wa Makgolo, and that Makgolo, grandmother, belong to her original grandfather, even when she is at Bogadi, her married place. For ancestor families to learn that Makgolo, grandmother, traditionally, she belonged to her original ancestor family, Rakgolo, grandfather, even when she is at Bogadi, her husband married place. For the day she passed on, her body will be buried at her husband's burial site, but her spirit, before going to heaven, will first go to her original ancestor family grandfather, ancestor family tradition village grandfather. This is according to research invention and according to ancestor family tradition village research findings. And for her original Motse wa Badimong, her grandfather tradition village, Motse wa Rakgolo Thokgola heritage site. And program number 128, Motse wa Rakgolo unity of ancestor family and Christian families. The aim of this program is for ancestor family and Christian families who has one grandfather ancestor family name, e.g., one ancestor family surname, to keep and to maintain tradition name, surname, and as a sign of unity of society, which was torn apart by traditions and beliefs. Program number 129. This is Motse wa Rakgolo motho o belegwe ke monna le mosadi. The aim of this program is an idiom expression to encourage men and women to get married first and then give birth to children only after marriage. Program number 130 of Motse wa Rakgolo Village Reconstruct Project, Business Talk Documentary, Chapters Initiatives, reads as follows. Motse wa Rakgolo mosadi lenyala mmele, tlhogo re shala nayo. The aim of this program is an idiom expression that says the aim of marriage is for a woman to give birth and to grow her husband's family, but she remain under her original ancestor family control, even if she is at Bogadi, her husband married place. And when she passed on, she belonged to her original ancestor family grandfather tradition village, motseng wa Badimong, motse wa Rakgolo, her original Rakgolo, original grandfather. It is for this reason that in Sepedi, ge batho ba ithobaletse re re ba iketse Badimong, meaning each and every one goes back to his or her original Badimong ancestor family tradition village. This is according to research findings and invention research. This is an investment for tradition village communities to invest in Motse wa Rakgolo village reconstruction projects and to buy Motse wa Rakgolo village reconstruction project implementation business and the business village model and strategy. The aim of this Motse wa Rakgolo village reconstruction project business talk documentary is to present and to encourage all clients to buy Motse wa Rakgolo village reconstruction project, new concept, job design, business village model and strategy, and reduce unemployment, and apply both scientific and indigenous business knowledge to build village economy by implementing the new concept, job design, business village model and strategy, the business to reconstruct business and tradition, to build village economy and create employment, and invest in Motse wa Rakgolo name and in village reconstruct business. As the results, research findings, and an investment for tradition village communities clients, and including tradition village communities clients in townships and cities, and to encourage them to buy Motse wa Rakgolo village reconstruct projects business and invest their village economy building initiatives, points of views that represent the spirit to build the economy, country's democracy, and the nation with Motse wa Rakgolo village reconstruct project business, and provide business solutions where business and traditions often intermingled and conflict. This documentary is written by Mahoka Alpheus Mano, a Motse wa Rakgolo village reconstruct projects director. Thank you for now.